So yesterday, I discovered the truth about the black race.
Like Shalom, first and foremost, I want to get out and then go into Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai by Shem, with confidence, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, rule, and the great says young brothers in truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful day. Lord, with this edifying lesson, we're going to get into this video. Esau, the loser Esau.
Um, Unfortunately, to all of us less woke white folks, the black man, he is superior. Uh, the woke.
And not just the black man, because that black shit is a social construct. So-called Negro, Latino, and Hispanic Native American man, the so-called indigenous and the so-called Negroes from Africa are superior to you, not just black, the black man. Although the black man is the head tribe, which is the tribe of Judah, and you have amongst the tribe of Judah was Benjamin and Levi, which are the Haitians and the so-called Jamaicans, Trinidadians, things of that sort. Those are the Southern Kingdom, but also the Northern Kingdom as well, which are the indigenous, those that are indigenous to the Americas, so-called indigenous people to the Americas.
Wakandans showed me all their proof. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and that would come, damn, would come with the Israelites, man. So he had to run across the Israelites, and he you know, devastated. He threw.
Black people really were the Romans. Black people really were.
And the so-called black people weren't the Romans, but they did rule the East Roman Empire. After Esau fell, the Western Roman Empire fell. Jake continued to, the Rome didn't fall completely because Jake was ruling in the East. You know, but the Rome that the scriptures speak about, the Vespasian, Titus, Claudius, Augustus, all these different Caesars, Nero, those were Edomites. You know, the Holy Roman Empire were Jake's.
The Vikings.
And that's true. Jake were the Vikings. You watch Last Kingdom and all that. That was during the Byzantine Empire. These different Viking shows, those are all Jake's. Esau ain't had no part in
I, I don't know what to say. Black people really were the Egyptians and the English and the French.
And black people are the Egyptians, but we are not Egyptians. The Hamites were the Egyptians. All nations are melanated, dark races, but we weren't the Egyptians. So-called Negroes weren't the Egyptians, and not only were the Negroes in the Egyptian captivity, but the Northern Kingdom as well. That's why you have pyramids all over the Americas. All up in the Aztec Empire, the Mayans, the Incas. You had pyramids in America, in North, South, and Central America. You had pyramids because those people that built those pyramids were in the Egyptian captivity. With the so-called Southern Kingdom, but they carried that pyramid building along with them, and how the pyramids used to line up, even in the Americas with the stars, because you had Issachar amongst the Northern Kingdom, and they were hard workers for one, but they they had the gift of reading the stars. You know,
That's why our women can't get enough BBC. I don't know. It's just what I was told. Uh,
You know he ran across the corner. It was, oh boy, Jake here. Esau defeated. He like, damn.
the black man for years has been held down by our our by white supremacy. My white skin means that I am the devil. Uh, I realize this sitting and thinking.
Yep. And your skin is not white. You're red. You know, you're a clean leopard. You know, you're not white. And you are the devil, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan on the earth. And you just a Joe Sixpack, you like. You know, the elites run the world, but you gotta pay still, man. You go into captivity, man. Joe Sixpack, you like.
Subconsciously, all I think about is oppressing black people. I have dreams about taking a sailboat out to Africa and
And that Esau is in his right spirit. He had dreams self-consciously. He say self-consciously, all he can think about is oppressing black people. But he in the spirit, man. He in his right spirit. That's what he supposed to self-consciously think about, man. You know?
buying a couple black folks for a few beads and a coat, and I fantasize about putting chains on dark ebony skin.
And when he speak about dark ebony skin and black people, and he talking about the Israelites, you know, he can care less about a damn Hamite with a plate in his lip. No, he want to enslave so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Those are people who he truly fantasize about enslaving. You know, but let's go to the scripture. Let's try to find a couple because this go all the way back to Genesis. I can't spell with man, barely can, but good enough to teach. This Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 1. I'm gonna start at the top. It reads, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I liveth, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, and thou shalt not, and thou sittest, thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir, Esau, even the so-called white man, most desolate, and I will cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. So the Lord finna do damage to you Edomites, man, because of your perpetual hatred. You know, go to Obadiah and get it, jump around up and down. this Obadiah 1 and verse 1, it say the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. Let's jump to the point, verse 10. Verse 10, it say, for the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So the Lord getting ready to cut you devils off, man, for the violence against your brother Jacob. You know, I'm gonna get these precepts. The point of the lesson was that point, i.e., subconsciously I dream about oppressing black people. I fantasize about putting chains on their neck, because really deep down inside, all these Edomites want to see you in shackles, chained up, getting the shit worked out of you and beat out of you. Self-consciously, that's what all these Edomites want. And this thing go all the way back to the Garden of Eden, man. You know, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse. Because the Lord started this in the beginning, this hatred amongst these two nations. Because let's get it first. This the book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 13. It reads, and the Lord Yahweh power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord Yahweh said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and the enmity is between the serpent seed and the woman seed, and that woman represents the nation of Israel, and the enmity of the serpent seed represents Esau, Edom, further on down the line. And between thy seed and her seed, it shall bruise thou. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And that's why when you go here in Genesis, and then, you know, when we go here in Genesis 25, it say, thou shalt bruise his head, and he shall bruise thy heel. Well, that ain't going into that, but that's going into um, he bruising our head, or we bruising his heel. So like, it say, verse 15 again, it say, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. You know, and it, you know, the serpent bruised our head, and we gonna bruise his head, and he bruised our heel, brought us down. You know, because the conversation the Lord is having is with he talking to the serpent, and he say, it shall bruise thy head, pointing to the woman. The seed of the woman gonna bruise thy head, and you gonna bruise his heel. You know, then he jumped on the woman case. You know, but I just want to read it and see. You know. But let's go to Genesis 25. You know, going on down the line, because when you go into Cain and Abel, also that seed, those, you know, That's when it started with Cain and Abel. You know, the serpent seed came through Adam and Eve, and Cain was the serpent seed, the spirit that was in the serpent. Abel was, that righteous seed, the seed of the woman. Abel was killed by Cain, but the Lord reserved that line and brought Seth, if I'm not mistaken. You know, but on down the line came, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob of Seth. Noah, all those people came from uh, uh, Adam, Adam and Eve, on through Seth and on down, because Noah was a descendant of Seth. You know, and there's more people too, like Enos, and it's a good few more. But I'm gonna get straight to the point. That's a lot to go into. And I'm gonna have to move in a second. This Genesis chapter 25 and verse straight to the point. I get started at 22. It say, in the children on Rebecca had conceived, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I this? And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahweh. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, two manner of people. So you had two separate nations of people in your womb, and they were fighting. Why? Because of that enmity that the Lord put between thy seed and her seed. And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, two there were twins in her womb. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his name in his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when he bare them. And the point being that they were fighting in the womb, going because they had enmity, and they two different nations of people and meant to be separated. So the serpent seed came back through Isaac and Rebekah. You know, the serpent seed came right back through Isaac and Rebekah. You know, or Cain rather. That spirit, that wicked spirit, came back through Isaac and Rebekah, and also that righteous seed came through Isaac and Rebekah. You know, twins, two nations of people, but they were still twin. They same family, but two nations of people, two different people. And that's why this guy feel like he feel, because he is an Edomite and we are the Israelites.
That's what I dream about all the time, and you know what? I think there's something to that.
He say he dream about it all the time. Yeah, because you're an Edomite.
Yakub theory. We definitely are. I think we were bred and programmed just to enslave black folks by the evil Yakub.
No, you were bred and programmed to hate black people, not just enslave them. Because what it said, the elder gonna serve the younger. So you get the Lord punishing us now, but the Lord finna tear your ass all the way out the frame to destruction. That's why we're gonna bruise your head, man. Take you out. Go through the spirit power you have by show me how to serve.
The melanin in your skin. It every cell of melanin in your skin is like a little brain. It doesn't matter. You know what? It doesn't matter the size of the brain of a black person. The melanin in your skin adds to that brain power. The ancient Egyptians knew that. That's why they called their land Kemet. The ancient Egyptians knew that every cell of melanin, of pure black melanin in your body, It's like a little tiny brain. You know those little quantum computers?
And the ancient Egyptians weren't shit. What made the ancient Egyptians great was Joseph and Abraham as well, because Abraham went to Egypt before Joseph went into Egypt, before Joseph was even thought of. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a scripture where he say he taught science and mathematics. You know, Abraham taught him that. That's why Lot and um, Sarah, they came out with great substance. You know, well, Lot and Abraham had to split up because of the great substance that they had, and the Israelites made the really be the key factor to make these nations great.
They're coming up with that are supposed to be microscopic. Yeah, that's what melanin is. Every single cell of melanin is like a little biological quantum computer in your body. It just adds to your brain power. It makes you way smarter. Uh, to all my Wakandan brothers and sisters out there, I am your humble servant, and I
You damn so is there. You know you Edomite trying to appease the Jake. Their hands gonna seek to please the poor. You ain't gonna be no humble. We gonna wear your ass out, Esau. If you an Edomite, you through. No matter how much you apologize.
live to serve the black man. Uh, uh, you really was the real Egyptians, dogs. Uh, peace, brothers and sisters, and stay woke. Um, Master Darky. I don't know what you.
Yeah, that's the racistness coming out.
I don't know how to show reverence to you darkies.
Yeah, because don't worry, we gonna teach you, goddamn. Don't worry. You goddamn red, man. You red boy. We gonna call you boy in the kingdom.
I'm just a cave beast. Please forgive me. Uh, Signing off. So
He the mice through, but that's the point, Lord, when this edifying over the head get power and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, by Hashem, by Hashem, to the apostles and the elders, those days, stand rule well. That grace unto the young person, true peace and blessings to the hope of the Shalom. Lord, y'all,